Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a Certified Zentangle Teacher, and today we're going to have a double header. We're going to take a look at the tangles Waka and Waco from CZT, Asuka, Odagami. Okay, I don't know about you, but all of a sudden, wax on, wax off went into my head. Oh, sorry. Okay, I've started it off quite well. All right. They are a neat pair of tangles, and I mean, the way I was looking at it, Waco is a variation on Waka, so I thought, why not? Let's just do them in the same video. All right, this starts off with a circle, and by the way, let's see. I'm looking at tangle patterns. That's where these are recent. These are like the last two, at least according to my page. That Linda put out on tanglepatterns.com. If you have not subscribed over there, do so. It's a really great resource. And one of the things that I like is the explanations, and apparently Waka and Wako are both, are both slang terms in the Japanese dialect that mean circle. And then she goes on, so I will let you read the rest, but I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. So we're going to start off with that circle. And I'm going to make this large so that way we can see what we're doing. And I'm going to do them both separately just so you know. Okay. Starts off obviously with a circle, and then the next step, it kind of makes it like yin yang sort of, but we're going to put an S shape, and I'm going to try to make this not so SE. Oh, like that. A lot of mine I make it more like an S, so this kind of comes out, this goes out. It still works. It really does. Okay. Next, we are going to aura each section. And let's see, okay, let's try to do it this way. I usually make a nice tight, I have a certain distance in my head, and it's really hard to make it stop. So I'm trying to do it just a little bit thicker here. It's bigger, so we can afford that space. Okay, so both sides, like I said, we're kind of looking yin-y-yang-y. All right. Then, now here, there's not necessarily a rhyme or reason, and if you are thinking along the lines of maybe putting this in a specific format or doing it kind of specifically, for instance, if you go to the description section and click on the link, let's see, is it this one? It's Waco. Both of them have beautiful samples, but on Waco, on the sample, she takes these in this nice arc, and so things like that. I hate to use the word plan it out, but if you have to plan something out, and actually it could go along a string line, that would be that would be kind of cool. Actually, these go around a bigger heart. Anyway, this next step, you could probably shift it a bit depending on what you're doing. That was a long way around me saying that. Okay, but I'm going to start with the middle. We're going to put 3 lines kind of going through, essentially crossing underneath this. So we're going to hollow out this. Okay, so I'm just going to start here and then do like that. So I'm kind of doing, an S-shaped curve going the other way. And I share all of that because I don't know, I would find it helpful. That's all. All right, and then we're going to aura this. And then if you found that, like, oh, that's a little bit too off, you can always aura it on the same side. I'm going to aura it on either side because that was my intention. Like that. Okay. This next step, I keep forgetting. It's so funny because I get all excited and then I was like, oh yeah, there's another step here. And that is, we're going to aura just this little bit right here. So coming from here and stopping at that line. And that's it. We're not going around any further. or anything. But I have been missing doing that step because I was getting involved in what could come after. And that would be this. And I'm just going to have these go off of the page. But you can have them connect. And this is, I was probably sharing the other thing a little too early. But we can connect multiples of these. And so I'm just going to have these go out however I would like them to go. I'm trying to work to have them continue. Then make a little twist. But a very interesting use of our halabao skills and aura-ing as well. Okay, this is Waka Wakko. And then I'll show you the connecting them in a moment. Starts off with the same circle. Same S shape. Ooh, I did good twice. Wow. All of the other practicing is paid off, apparently. Okay, now here's where it changes. What do I call this? A turning ovary thing. Turning over thing, not ovary. Like that. It's just a couple curved lines meeting like that. You could just have it go straight down, I guess. However you want. And then we're going to fill that in. We'll do this on, let's say, a leaf pattern, and it just makes it look like it's folded over or turned over. That's why I say that. Because I insist on making up terms for myself. All right, then we pretty much continue as we did on these steps. So that would mean aura-ing each side. And then so as we aura, we're going to come up to aura the contour, the new contour that we have there with this V that is in there. And so you see how it makes a couple hearts. All right, then the center part, this we're going to come off of this peak. So, you can have it kind of twist however you want it to, so that way you can have it meet up. And then go on either side. Like that. And then, same thing, it can continue on. This, at least, we have a nice enough spacing that you could adjust things a little bit or not worry about being so exact in halabaoing, even though, we don't need to be exact. Close is good. But with the halabao, though, with that technique, it's helpful to kind of do it in one thought. That's why you see me going back over, and sometimes a couple times just so I can get my head back into. It's like, okay, here's the line. Okay, then I can put it back down on the other side. All right. Now, if you could do them smaller and then connect them. So this is where, as I was mentioning, the planning. What's neat is if you do it with the heart, you kind of have an aim. So if you were doing these on a string line, you could sort of, put your S in strategically, so that way, this part would line up. I just think that having the this little V shape is kind of like a pointer. But it might help. So if you were, because like here, you can see where that could be a string line, right? And even here too, it works both ways. But I kind of like the idea of having them go in random-ish directions. And let's see, let's take this. We're going to connect, well, which way should we connect that? Oh, let's connect it here because that would be way more fun. Okay. So taking it out there like that. And then it is just a simple matter of aura-ing, trying to get it close. You could do this too, where you could put a little mark, just, as you see the hollow ball, and then position your paper so you can see your pen and see where you're going and see the line that you are aura-ing like that. And then we could take these ones right off the page. So that's why I like to kind of follow it, so that way we can get the continuation of the line. Okay, and then this. Like that. So once you get the hang of it, I mean, this is, I was like, oh, can I didn't want to wait till, let's see, Tough Tangle Tuesday. This would definitely be a Tough Tangle Tuesday worthy tangle. And for those that don't know, Tough Tangle Tuesday, this is what we would do. We would take a tangle like this and just tear it apart, have fun with it, or do our best to have fun with it, and see what we all come up with. It's a free class. I do it on the third Tuesday of every month. And so that would be after Valentine's Day. And I wanted to do the heart one. So I'm like, well, we'll just do it now. I'll have to find something else for Tough Tangle Tuesday. All right. Now, for shading, there's a lot of over and unders here. Let's just start with this one. Just that. And bring the graphite out. Oop. I almost blended it right in there with the other side. Just barely. Ooh, that looks neat. Now, interestingly, there's no over and under there. So I'm just going to take this one, because this one tucks under here and kind of here. So let's do that. Note the new Tortillion with this nice pointy edge. We'll see how long it takes. I should date it. And then that's the only one I use for graphite. We'll see how long it takes for it to disintegrate. Like that. Let's see. I'm going to look at her work. It's pretty much what she did. Oh, although, well, depending on what you do, if you do it on a toned tile, you could have some extra fun with using the white highlight. Let's just do a little here. And, okay, maybe a little here. Just because I feel like it needs something. And I'm only doing the one side, because if you look at the samples, this is on the Waco one. The sample is on a tan tile, so she can have fun with. She really did it kind of pretty much traditional Renaissance as we have been doing it. Black and brown pens and the graphite and white chalk pencil, and it is absolutely lovely. So that is essentially how you can shade it. Like I said, if you have colors, great. And just lots of fun to be had all over with that. All right, so as I'm doing this one, let me re-mention the description section. So there again, you will find links to the step outs. I always do my own version. And then link to the creator of the Tangle. As I mentioned, that's the Tangle Patterns link, the For More Inspiration link. I did take apart some of the steps just because I needed this. The reason I do it is usually because it's like, I need to see it, or, and then working it out. And if I need to see it, I know somebody else is going to need to see it. And I always like to aim, to the newest Tangler. Because I don't like people to, it's like, oh, it's really cool, but I don't want anyone to feel, lost or frustrated. I'm going to do the same thing I did here, because I think that looked kind of neat. what else? Below that, below the step out links, you will find my link tree. So if you are interested in something like my Tough Tangle Tuesday or my Tangle Time sessions, which are also free, those are on Thursdays, you will find information there, ways to follow me for classes. You'll also see, oh, what did I not do? Oh, look at, see, I get so excited about doing this ribbon part, I forget about that last part. If you were screaming at the computer, I'm so sorry. You know, at your monitor. Sorry, I didn't hear you. Let's do that. It's like I said it thinking that maybe that would help me remember. Oh, but no. All right. And then it still looked fine without it, but there's just something a little bit extra with that in there. Okay. And then I'll do the other one. But yeah, lots of information on the link tree. Like I said, it's all self-explanatory. We have a Tangle Addicts community group on Facebook. And just by the way, because I know I've had a couple comments, I am working, I wish I could make it faster. But I think I have a way where we can, communicate and share outside of any of the normal platforms. So I just have to get all of that figured out and working. And I will put a post on here. And I'm sure I will mention it. And it'll be on my link tree when that is accomplished. I've always wanted to do something like that. And then finally found something that I think is going to work the way I want it to. So, fingers crossed. All right. And this one, I'm doing the double one. Oops. Look at that. Well, and even if it's, something like this where it's really close, and if it ends up just being dark in between, that's okay. It still works. Oops, and then here. I like to keep the tip of the Tortillion and the pencil where I want it the darkest, or where I don't want it to go over. Sometimes I break my break the rule. It just helps to make sure that you get the best out of your shading. Depends on what it is. Like I said, sometimes I'll reach over and do it, but I try not to. All right, what else to mention there? I think that's probably it. What a neat tangle. I almost also wanted to save this for March, because I'm going to be, and it might turn into a class or something. We might have Knot Fest, where we play with Celtic knotty type of tangles, because they're fun. All right. So this is cute. All right. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this. There's some other shading I might do on there. I don't know. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, oh, look at that. Can almost, whoops, almost line up. Oh, wait. Almost lines up. If you enjoyed this, please click on the like button. And if you liked it enough to see more, would love to have you be a subscriber to the channel. I mentioned all the description section stuff. So with that, thank you so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.